If you've ever felt that pit in your stomach the moment a potential client asks, "So what are your prices?" This video is for you. Listen, most photographers think pricing is just pick a number, put it on your website, hope people say yes. But that's not why photographers stay broke. Pricing isn't a number problem. It's a strategy problem. And until you understand what your price is actually communicating and when to say it, you'll keep attracting the wrong clients, under earning and wondering why it isn't working. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Sarah Petty, founder of the Photography Business Institute. I've sold over $3 million in portraits from my own photography studio, and pricing was one of the hardest things I had to figure out. Once I did, everything changed, and I've helped more than 32,000 photographers build profitable print-based businesses where clients invest in beautiful wall portraits instead of cheap digital files. In this video, I'm going to break down the psychology behind photography pricing, why most photographers are getting it wrong from the very start, what your price actually signals to your clients, and what needs to be true in your business before you set a single number. Listen, most photographers set their prices one of two ways. The first way we call WAG, which is wild, you know what, guess. Listen, something like this feels emotionally safe. Not so high that people laugh, not so low that it's embarrassing, even though it likely still is. These people doing the WAG strategy have no idea what their actual costs are. And the biggest cost that almost nobody accounts for is your own time. So most photographers aren't picking a profitable number. They're picking a comfortable one. The second way is copying competitors. Looking at what other photographers in the area are charging and try to charge just a little less. I know this because I did this for just a minute. And here's why this is just as dangerous. It assumes your competitors actually know what they're doing, that their prices work, that they're profitable. Most of the time they aren't. So you're copying a broken model and calling it a strategy. Neither approach asks the right question. The right question is, what does my business model actually require, and what experience am I building that justifies this number? Price is the output of a strategy. Set it before the strategy exists and it's just a number floating up in the air with nothing to hold it up. A low price says, this photographer is probably new, probably not that experienced, so we'll just give you everything you want for one cheap number. That's not the client you want. Price-sensitive clients are the hardest to work with, the most likely to push back, the least invested in the process. High-value portrait clients, the ones who want beautiful portraits hanging in their homes, they aren't looking for cheap. They just have a fear of making a mistake and they want to be guided. They want someone to hold their hand from the first phone call through the moment their artwork is being hung on their wall. A low price tells them, this person can't do that for me. And here's what makes portrait photography unique. Most businesses compete with a cheaper version of the same thing. But I want you to think about this. We compete with free. Everyone has a camera in their pocket. Everyone has access to AI now. So photographers who price on fear are racing to the bottom. And listen, that bottom is already zero because it's free for people. So you're never going to win that race. The boutique portrait model is the only position that's defensible because what you're selling isn't a file. It's an experience that no phone or AI can ever replicate. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, subscribe to my free weekly newsletter for more strategies like these. The link is in the description. Here's something I've watched play out more times than I can count. Two photographers, same price, completely different results. The difference had nothing to do with the number. It was how they talked about it. When you present your price without apologizing, without getting awkward, without stumbling, without preemptively defending every line item, clients follow your lead. If you're calm and matter of fact about it, they think, okay, this is just what people do. The moment you over-explain or hesitate, you've lost them. Not because the price changed, but because your confidence did. My approach is simple. I talk about value first, then, and this is really important, I make sure that I bring up price before the client asks. And I have to talk about value first, because in the absence of value, price is always an issue. But when value is clear and the number lands with confidence, like it's no big deal, it's a completely different conversation. You're not just convincing anyone. You're telling them what you do, what they'll get, and what it costs without flinching. Now listen, photographers who keep their prices low usually say it's because, oh, I want to be accessible to everyone. They don't want to outprice the market, they think. And that sounds generous. But here's what's usually going on. This industry has no barrier to entry. Literally, anyone can buy a camera and call themselves a professional photographer tomorrow. No degree required, no certification, no test. And because of that, most photographers, including me, feel like a fraud. Who am I to charge that much? I don't have any credentials. Someone's going to call me out and I'm going to look like an idiot. I really believe this. Any decision you make in your business and really in your life out of fear is not a good one. Keeping your prices low out of fear isn't a pricing strategy, it's a hiding strategy. And here's the real cost. It attracts the wrong clients, the hardest to please, the most likely to question everything, the least likely to trust your process. You end up working harder for less money with people who don't value what you do. That's not accessible, that's exhausting. Here's what to do before you set a single price. Listen, when you try to price in isolation without a business model behind the number, it feels overwhelming because there's nothing to anchor it to. Prices need to be part of a strategy. Ask yourself, what are you selling? Printed wall portraits guided from start to finish, not digital files? Yeah. How many clients do you want to serve in a year? What does the session actually cost you, including your time? What does a profitable average order look like? When you answer these questions first, the price isn't a guess. It's the natural conclusion of a plan that was built on purpose. And when it feels that way to you, it feels that way to your clients too. That's the difference between a price you apologize for and a price that you confidently stand behind. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Your price is not just a number. Before you set a single price, get clear on what you're selling, who you're selling it to, and what your business actually needs to bring in to be profitable. And then present that number like you mean it. Listen, I get that this is hard. If you want help building a pricing strategy that works, book a free call with my team. The link is in the description below, and let's get you unstuck